So this is the Acer Liquid Mini. It's an early Android phone from 2011, and one of my friends, Nico, who has appeared on this channel a few times previously, bought this brand new, and today we're going to have a look at it. Let's get into it. Okay, so let's look at the specs and then I'll show you the footage of him actually unboxing it brand new. It was completely sealed. So this is running Android 2.2. It supports 3G. It's got a 5 megapixel camera, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, it takes micro SD, and there's GPS. So it's got 512 megabytes of RAM, 512 megabytes of read-only memory. It's got a 3.2 inch display. I think that's slightly smaller than my HTC Wildfire S, which I've also shown on this channel before. It's got a 1300 mAh battery. That's tiny compared to today's standards. Most phones these days have at least 5000 mAh batteries. It's pretty crazy. It weighs 108 grams. So yeah, this is the first older Android phone that I've looked at that isn't an HTC, so... Let's open this. This is the first time I've seen it. Oh, I forgot how big phones are these days. Look how tiny it is. Ugh, getting a bit tongue-tied there. So up on the top here it looks like we have our power button placed on the left, which is unusual. Headphone jack. Then we've got what looks like our volume buttons. I'll assume that's a camera shutter button. Down here we've got our micro USB port and what looks to be a microphone. And over here we've got our 5 megapixel camera. Yeah, so that's what it looks like. If we crack it open, jeez. So I guess there's your battery. There's your micro SD card slot, and I guess the SIM card slot is under this battery. Right, so let's turn it on and see what it does. Okay, so here's what the lock screen looks like. So it's got some widgets here, so it's got the time. Yeah, this all looks rather different to the HTC Sense skin on the HTC Wildfire S. So we swipe to unlock. I'll just enter the pattern. And there we are, that's our home screen. So look at these icons. They look quite old. So let's look at these pre-installed apps. So we've got... the gestures are a bit weird on here. So we've got the phone, contacts, messaging, calendar, market, which is the predecessor to the Google Play Store if you didn't know, maps, social jogger, what the heck is that? We shall have to investigate. The browser, Gmail, camera, camcorder, YouTube, music, gallery, Nemo player. What's a Nemo player? We'll have to find out. Recorder, FM radio. Now a lot of these old Android phones actually were able to play FM radio, providing you plugged in some wired earbuds. or headset. Facebook, Twitter, RIP, Talk, which I think was the predecessor to Google Hangouts. Then over here on the second page we've got Media Server, Widgets, Home Decor, Settings, App Registration, Acer Sync, Update Notifications, Acer Settings, Email, Docs to Go, Road Sync, Tasks, News and Weather, a barcode scanner, alarm clock, calculator, navigation, Google Latitude, Places, Google Search, Spinlets, Earpods, and Voice Search. That is a lot of applications for one of these old Android phones. They never used to have all of this. Most of them never used to have all of this stuff pre-installed. So why don't we listen to the FM radio? And see how the speakers sound. Oh wait, it's going to output to the headset, isn't it? Hold on. If we press that. Okay. It's searching for an FM station. I don't think this is the best measurement, but the speakers don't seem to sound that great. I guess you can expect that from an old Android phone. Yeah, let's give up on that. Oh dear. Let's see if we can go to an app switcher or something. Okay, how do we close apps? Oh, that's weird. You have to slide over like that. And then you can clear your apps. What the? Okay, let's turn off this radio. So now why don't we look at Nemo Player? There seems to be a photo player. So Social Jogger seems to be like an Acer social media service or something. I've never heard of it before. But I guess it won't be possible to log in. Okay, so let's get rid of that. So why don't we have a look at the camera? Oh, look at those the FPS just in the preview mode. That's funny. And this button is indeed a shutter button. It takes like 20 seconds to take a photo. Oh, that's so bad. Yeah, video's no better. Well, why don't we listen to some ringtones, because that's always interesting on these old phones. I hate that one. Sounds like it's going to be a rap song. Now that one is a rap song. These all definitely sound like early 2010s, late 2000s ringtones. mildly alarming. Okay. So let's go through the notification ringtones then. There's so many on here. Why don't we look at the themes as well? If there are any. It doesn't look like it. There's no personalisation options for the home screen at all. That's strange. Well, that's interesting. So, yeah, I think that pretty much brings this to an end. Oops, there's something I forgot to go over. So, in the box, there's this leather pouch for the phone. So it's nicely in there. There's also a micro SD card that came with the phone. The factory earbuds that haven't been opened. And of course the manual, which is rather thick compared to what you get on a phone these days. So there we go, it's powering off. And I think that pretty much brings this video to an end. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Remember to like, share this video with your friends, comment and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.